everyone, and welcome back to another episode of StorrsNation. I'm your host, Hezekiah Johnson. Let's give a warm welcome to returning analyst Isaiah Davis. Woo! But wait, we also have someone that you guys should know very well, doing big things at ESPN. Let's give a homecoming welcome to Chinedu Amonu. We're going to get things started with college basketball. Duke was ranked 4th in the nation before their absolute destruction against number 2 ranked Kentucky in a battle of recruit classes. Kentucky has the 2nd best recruiting class, but this was the first time we see such a gap in classes. Now that Duke is number 1, is it safe to say that they're better than Kansas?
Duke is better than Kansas, but Kansas could still beat Duke in the future.
That's possible.
Team is very deep.
I don't think so.
And talented. Azubuike's returning and Lawson from Memphis, averaged 19 and 10 as a sophomore, and he opened the game up with 20 points and 14 rebounds. Quentin Grimes hit 6 3-pointers.
He was on it. He was on fire.
And he hit 21 points. And talent doesn't always mean that the team is going to win. Like, talented teams get knocked out of March Madness.
That's true.
There's only one bad game, and then they lose. Kentucky had Devin Booker coming off the bench, and they lost. They had the Fab Five. Everyone remembers the Fab Five. Very talented recruiting class, and they lost.
That's true.
So talent doesn't always mean that you can win it all.
That's very true.
That's a big fact.
That's a good point.
Chin, how high is Duke's ceiling? Are we looking at a team that can potentially go undefeated?
Duke's ceiling is very high. We're talking about the top 3 high school players in 2018 on the same team. I don't know if they'll go undefeated though, but they have a very great chance at doing so.
Yeah.
They play in a tough basketball conference, so I could see a team like a UNC and a Syracuse catching them on a night slipping. Catching them on a night slipping. So. In college basketball, the best team doesn't necessarily always win, but this team is special, though. And I'm curious to see who's going to be the guy at the end of the season because for the past 2 games, R.J. Barrett, Zion Williamson, and Cam Reddish have been balling. So I don't know who's going to be that alpha male at the end of the season, but this team is special, and this is a team people should really keep their eyes on.
Duke has a really good squad. Their bench is set, too. I think they're a overall well-rounded team.
Yeah.
They should have been ranked, I think, in my opinion, they should have been ranked number 1 to start the year.
Yeah.
But then again, they do have new freshmen, and they're all starting.
So
it's a bit of a give or take, but they came off on fire against Kentucky, showing the world why they should be ranked number 1.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now, let's talk about us. Let's talk about UConn men's basketball. Dan Hurley has proven to be a good coach from his time at URI and Wagner College, bringing URI to the NCAA tournament in 2017 and 2018. Thursday's home opener versus Morehead State was electrifying as the fans had energy from start to finish. Chin, how excited are you for what Coach Hurley has in store this season?
Let me tell you something. I love Hurley. The energy that this man brings to this team is unbelievable. I remember one play on Thursday where Josh Carlton, their center, goes flying into the crowd for a rebound, and he falls. And there's a timeout called, I think a media timeout or something, and Hurley's the first one, runs over, picks him up, and that just got all of them hyped. So, that's love right there. That's what these players need right now. And UConn hasn't played good basketball since 2014, the last time they won the chip. And the fans are getting cranky, But UConn needs to be patient with Hurley, but you have to love what you see this far. He has them running, sharing the ball, and playing legit defense.
They're playing like a real team.
It's still early, and they haven't played anybody worth mentioning, but I really think that this team could turn a lot of heads this season. They haven't played anybody worth mentioning, but they have Cuse on their schedule coming up next, and they got Arizona on the 2nd. They also have Nova on their schedule, too. So, if they could pick up some quality wins, I don't know. We're looking at a special team this year.
Also, Isaiah, how important is it that Alterique Gilbert to the team now that he's healthy?
It's very important that he's healthy now. Because people forget that he was an All-American, coming to UConn. But two shoulder surgeries, so that's going to affect him shooting the ball, obviously. He hurt his shoulder. And also, having him being as the guard can have Jalen Adams play off ball, where I think his position fit him best, where he can just score.
Thank you. That's a good
He'll have to make big plays for the Huskies this season for them to, Chin says, surprise some people. And I think for them to, make a big impact, if he does, real good, they could possibly make a big statement against Syracuse this Thursday if he has, a very, very good game.
I can't wait for that game against Syracuse. For those of you guys going to MSG, hey, root on for the Huskies. This is a Big East rival right here. This game is going to be highly anticipated, packed, and very exciting. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. But when we get back, the guys will be discussing the NFL. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Let's talk some football. With the future Hall of Fame quarterback under center in Drew Brees, who recently ended the LA Rams winning streak, the New Orleans Saints look as strong as ever. Isaiah, what is going to be key for the Saints to make it to the Super Bowl?
The key is going to be the defense. The defense has to step up. The defense has allowed 26 points per game this year, but they're first in the run, so they're stopping the run. They have to work on the back end. They have the pieces. Marshawn Lattimore, he's a problem. He's a problem. He's a problem.
He's different.
And also, because we already know what their offense can do. Alvin Kamara.
He has like how many touchdowns this season?
Too many to count.
Like 20, 28, 29? I'm just going off the top of the dome.
And then you have Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram will be a star on other teams, but he over here a second piece. And Michael Thomas at the receiver position. And the offensive line is also playing very, very well, letting Drew Brees not even get touched against the Rams. Aaron Donald was nowhere to be found during that game, thanks to the Saints able to stop him. Also, another key is home field advantage. Going to that dome, the Saints fans get very loud. It's very hard to go to the Saints and beat them.
Chen, is there another team in the NFC that you think can stop the Saints' momentum?
Other than the Rams, I'm going to have to say no. The Rams and the Saints are the beasts of the NFC. And I see the Saints just beat the Rams, so. But, yeah, I like the Rams' chances against the Saints, though, even though they just lost to them. That's a high-powered offense with a quarterback who's elite in a short amount of time in Jared Goff. They have an explosive running back in Gurley, who I've been watching since his days at UGA. and we have solid wide receivers like Cooks and Woods that could get the job done. They also have a top 10 defense, which is fourth in takeaways this season. You also have teams like the Panthers and surprisingly Chicago that can make things very interesting once playoff time comes. But the Saints look like the early Super Bowl favorites, and it's not hard to see why. They're playing at an elite level behind their MVP candidate quarterback in Drew Brees.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the Patriots? I don't know what's going on right now, but do you guys see them getting there to the Super Bowl? Do you guys see it?
Making it to the Super Bowl? They have to step up. They have to get home field advantage because going to Arrowhead, those fans get loud. Those fans are the loudest fans in the NFL. Arrowhead gets very loud. You do not want to face the Chiefs there because Patrick Mahomes is killing it.
That boy looks good.
Tyreek Hill, track star playing football pretty much. Track star playing football. So the Patriots could make it to the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs are going to be a hard opponent for them to beat.
Chen, what do you think?
Yeah, I didn't like what I saw from the Patriots yesterday.
I didn't like
against
it
the Titans. I didn't like that at all. So
bit.
Right now they're looking a little shaky, but Tom Brady. They have Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
That's my guy.
Playoff time, he's different. He knows what to do. Same old song with him. So I don't know. It's gonna be hard though, because the Steelers aren't bad either. The Steelers are pretty. They're doing pretty well too. And you got the Steelers, the Chiefs you have to worry about. So I don't know. It's gonna be hard, but I like their chances though. I like their chances.
Speaking of the Steelers, the Le'Veon Bell situation is heating up as he's recently been tweeting more often than usual. He said a cryptic tweet last week saying farewell Miami and sent another one during the Steelers' Thursday night blowout over the Panthers. Chin, what do you think about a possible reunion between the Steelers and Le'Veon Bell?
I think the chances are 0 to none.
Slim.
Bell is done with the Steelers, and it looks like they're done with him too. It sucks that it had to happen this way, but hey, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. This man didn't want to get franchise tagged, and they weren't trying to sign him. They weren't trying to give him more money, so hey, he had to do what he had to do. But they're not doing that bad without him, though. They're on the bright side. Like Connor's having a solid year, second leading rusher in the NFL, and the Steelers are sitting comfortably at 6-2. So I think it's best that both sides just move on and go their separate ways.
Isaiah, what do you see happening in the long run? Do you see the Steelers try to keep Le'Veon or let him walk?
I think they're just gonna let Le'Veon walk because it causes unnecessary problems in the locker room. Like the offensive linemen are complaining about Le'Veon, saying when is he coming back? I think that just causes problems that they don't need in the Steelers locker room, especially you already have Antonio Brown to deal with. You don't need extra drama in the locker room. Also, it's not like they're doing bad. They're 4th in points per game this year. And James Conner, at this point of the year, through 9 games, has 6 more touchdowns than Le'Veon Bell had last year.
Wow.
He also has.
My mind was blown too.
He also has more than 100 receiving yards than Bell, and he's averaging 4.7 yards a carry this year.
He's balling.
So James Conner is doing good this year, replacing Le'Veon. So I think they'll go with Conner for the future.
Yeah, I like that. I think so too. Before we sign off, one quick question. Jimmy Butler has finally gotten what he wanted since last year, a plane ride far away from Minnesota. The 76ers just landed him in a trade that included Robert Covington and Dario Saric. Who is the winner of this trade and why? Is there now a powerful shift for the Sixers in the East?
The Sixers got one of the best two-way players in the league right now.
Yes.
They can now be talked with the other 3 contenders in the East with the Bucks, Celtics, and Raptors. But I'm going to focus on the Timberwolves for a second. I'm going to let Chin handle this. The Timberwolves needed a clean start. They should have been got rid of Jimmy Butler, especially with that practice. 3rd-string players being your super.
But bro, that's sad. That's sad, bro.
3rd-string players being your superstar. But Sarge is a great player to fit with Cat. He's a nice stretch forward.
Yep.
Rocco was first-team all-defense last year, so he can bring a little bit of defense, and he can shoot the 3. But you're telling me you give up, you turn down 4 first-round picks? 4 first-round picks? When you trade a superstar or even an all-star like that, you want to have like at least young players to get. Rocco and Sarge, like they're good players, but not going to ever be superstar players. And the Timberwolves, no one's talking about them in the West. Nobody. Nobody's going to talk about the Timberwolves are going to make it to the Western Conference Finals. People are probably going to be surprised if they make the playoffs.
I'd be surprised. Yeah. I'd definitely be surprised. Chin, what's your thoughts? Let me hear it.
I like the trade for the Sixers. Granted, they lost some depth. I still have them behind the Raptors and the Celtics, but I like the addition of Jimmy Butler. That's a player that will give you 100% night in and night out. And you're right, he's one of the best two-way players in the league. I loved how he requested a trade from Minnesota, but he still gave effort every night. He was still putting up numbers for them every single night. So you have to respect that. You got to respect what Jimmy Butler, what Jimmy Butler brings. He just wants to be in a winning situation. But I really wish they would have kept Saric.
Yeah.
But Butler, he fits in with Ben and Embiid. Now with the Sixers, they have a depth issue because of letting those 2 good players go. So teams like the Celtics, Raptors, and maybe even the Bucks. The Bucks just beat the Warriors the other night. They're looking pretty good. I know it's still early, things don't really heat up till after All-Star break, but you gotta like what you're seeing. But the Sixers, I still have them as the 3rd best team in the East, and I've been saying that from before when the season started. Even with the addition of Jimmy Butler, I still have them as the 3rd best. But the East is so exciting this year. I feel like LeBron's gone and everybody just wiped the sweat off their hands there. Like, all right, now we have a chance. Now we want to be the beast of the East. So yeah, no, it's a great situation. I can't wait to see how everything plays out.
See, I love it. I can't wait. I really do love it. But that's all we have for this week, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And make sure to follow UCTV on Twitter. I'm your host, Hezekiah Johnson, signing off. Peace.
Got
Chinedu Amonu. No, I'm going to need you to clap.